to make vegan calamari, we are going to be using oyster mushrooms, and I've just got this package here, 100 grams. I try and pick one that has sort of stringy looking mushrooms in it, and so this is the one I picked. Some of them have larger heads, so this is the one I've picked to work with, and this is our calamari, so oyster mushrooms. For the batter, I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of ground flaxseed, a 1/4 cup of cornstarch, and a cup of water. I'm going to mix those together to create the batter. And then we're going to be using, I have some breadcrumbs here. You can use breadcrumbs or Panko or something similar to that. I'm using breadcrumbs today, and I'm just going to season it with a little bit of salt and pepper. We're also going to need a wedge of a lemon and dip of your choice. So you can use, I'm using a lemon dilly dip, which is a great substitute for a tzatziki, or ranch is really nice. If you've got a vegan ranch dressing, works really well as well. So you start by making your batter, just mixing your flaxseed, cornstarch, and water together in a bowl, and just whisk it, and you can see it's quite liquidy right now. And you want to do this ahead of time and let it sit. You want to use cold water here and just let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes while you prepare everything else. So while this is sitting, and it will thicken, while it's sitting, I am going to prepare a bowl with my breadcrumbs in it and my mushrooms. While our flax mixture is thickening, I am going to prepare our breadcrumbs. So the cup of breadcrumbs into a bowl, and really all we want to do is season it with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, mix it up, and set it aside. So our dry mixture is all blended together, so I'm going to set that aside as well, along with our flax mixture. And now we're going to prepare our oyster mushrooms. So really all we do here is we're going to take them out, and you can see they're all stuck together. You just want to break them up into pieces. So that's a good piece. You can even break that more, but you do want some good pieces. So see here, lots of little stringy bits. I'm going to just pull all of those apart. And those are now all torn apart, ready to go. Next step. This is about 10 minutes later. You can see I've let this flax mixture sit, and it has gotten thicker. So it's a great batter now. Also very healthy. I mean, really all that's in it is flaxseed, cornstarch, and water, but it's great. So I've got the batter ready. Just going to set aside my little whisk, and we're going to put our mushrooms in there. Now you can do it in batches if you want, or you can stick them all in just like I'm going to do there. And now you just want to make sure that they are all coated, and I'm just going to get my hands in here. Yes, I have washed my hands, but if you're not into doing this, that's fine. You can use some tongs or whatever works for you. Get my bracelet out of the way. We don't want that in there. Okay, you want them really covered, and you know, the little corner bits in there and everything, really get it in there. Get them completely covered. From there, we're going to take them and transfer them into our breadcrumbs. And I'm just going to take a great big handful and put them in. And you want to drain off some of the batter, but you do want some of it in there too. Get all the bits out of the batter. There are some smaller bits in there too. And then we're just going to completely coat them in the breadcrumbs. Now you can season the breadcrumbs with other things if you like. Lemon pepper would be nice because this is your vegan calamari. So I find that lemon pepper in the seafood substitute items tends to add that lemon adds it, but I'm going to use fresh lemon on this later. So we just want them completely coated. You can see it's starting to take on that look. Okay, once we've got them completely coated, I'm going to bring over my basket for my air fryer, and now I'm going to just dump them all in there, and they can be stuck together or whatever, but I don't want any extra of the breadcrumbs, as little as possible. So we want to put all of those into our air fryer bin, and then they're going to go into the air fryer. I'm going to do it at 400 for about 10 minutes, and then I'll check it and just go from there. Just keep putting it in for a few minutes at a time until they are done. So this is 10 minutes later, and I think mine are done. If I did it any longer, they would get really dried out and tough. You can see there is some crispy bits, but they are still tender as well. So I'm just going to use my tongs, take them out, sort of separate them, and put them into a serving bowl, like so. We are going to use a wedge of lemon and just squeeze that over it nice and generously. And then serve it up with some beautiful dip. Like I said, I am using this lemon dilly tzatziki dip, but whatever you've got, feel free to use it. Like I said, it'd be great with a ranch as well.